What is up, guys? It is Jack here, or the NDD, and we are back once again with some more chess and chat. I've just re-recorded 3 episodes of Blinding the Blind myself, so I'm a little bit chessed out, but I will see what I can do. I've actually swapped the monitors over, so my OBS screen here, behind the scenes footage, is over on this left monitor now, and the chess is going to be below me, so hopefully it's a bit more like I'm looking towards you than just staring off into the distance like this the whole time. So we'll see how we get on. We're going to start a game. I'm currently at 472 in my ELO, and we are playing against, I'm not even going to try and pronounce what that name is, but it's someone who's got 498, and I think if we get the win here, we might be just above 500, which would be very big for us. So I'm going to go for the standard E4 opening. We will see how we get on, and I will try that Vienna gambit system again from my loose memory from way back when. And he has not taken the... This is a very different to what I'm used to. I don't think... Because I've never seen this. This is just, I think, standard not Jack good chess. So I'm just going to try and offer him a gambit, see if I can target that weak pawn if he takes. And if he doesn't take, I will probably take a centre pawn. Okay, I'm going to play this as if I was playing the gambit. So I'm going to develop my knight. I'm going to push this pawn, which would then target this pawn with the bishop. And we'll see how we get on. But yeah, let's get to the chat aspect of the chess and chat. How is everyone doing? It's been very fun doing the channel myself. I'm up to 240 subscribers now, which is amazing. I, again, can't believe the numbers I'm getting in. And also just more frequent viewers. And I'm amazed at how interested people have been in the Blinding the Blind and the chess and chat series. It's been really humbling because I know it sounds so cliched, like, oh, I wasn't expecting it, but I think because of my low level, I really wasn't expecting the interest, but it's been really, really lovely to see people interested in that. So it genuinely means a ton to me. And so we've got an interesting move here, from an early move from this person's queen in particular. So I'm going to take that pawn we talked about earlier. Let's see how we get on. In my head here, I'm thinking we've got this move is looking a bit more charming now to attack that queen, and that's looking a bit juicy, so I might go for that, folks. It feels very weird looking above the camera. I'm not sure if I like it, because I quite like being able to look over to the right as if I'm looking at you guys, but I guess I've got to get used to that is you. This is me. So I think this pawn is hanging. I believe it is. But I might go for this for now. The reason I'm going to go for this for now is because he might panic and just move his queen away, which is very valid. And then this is a nice little fork potentially. And if he moves his queen to here, I can move my bishop in, and that potentially might trap his queen actually, which would be beautiful. In fact, that would be really nice if he moves his queen back here. So let's hope he does that, because that would be quite a chef's kiss, as the kids would say. So yeah, I hope everyone's having a good day though. I did try to record some Team Fortress 2 earlier, only 30 seconds. It was quite weird launching that game up after so long. But unfortunately the gameplay audio wasn't too great in terms... Oh, so we do have this. So I am going to go for that. I think he is going to have to take with his queen, and then that's also potentially going to lead into a fork as well. This is the top tier chess that I play here, folks. But yeah, no, Team Fortress 2, I played a bit of that earlier, tried to record it. It is going to get there. I will get that recorded. I really do want to start playing some more games. If there's any video games that you guys would like to see in particular, let me know. I've been playing quite a lot of different ones recently. The new Resident Evil's coming out soon, which I am extremely excited for. Yeah, I can't wait to see what they're going to do with that. It's going to be interesting for me because I'm more a fan of the more classic Resident Evil games, and obviously Resident Evil 4 and the remake in particular as well is fantastic, but didn't actually play Resident Evil 7. I quite liked Village, but I more like the action-based, and I don't know, I don't get on well with the horror. My blood pressure's high enough as it is, alright? I don't need Resident Evil to spook me out even more. So I think this is right. I do think I'm going to get this person's queen here, and potentially their rook as well. But I think he's just maybe staring at his screen. He's like, oh, what is this? So he goes for this. The queen is going to go down. He's probably going to take back with the king, which is a shame because then that does ruin my beautiful idea around around getting that fork going, which is a shame, but hey, we can always keep it for the future. So I did actually, I'm not gonna lie guys, it sounds very arrogant because I've not at all won that game, but I did think that potentially the individual would be quitting there. So I'm gonna have to switch back on into chess player mode and think about where I'm gonna go. So what do we want to do with this queen? Do we want to move it here? This seems inoffensive, and so does this. I feel like I'm going to be attacked. Well, the king's locked here, right? Always, if you might not know, if the king moves, it can't castle. So the king is locked in place here. I feel like maybe this, and then we can get some fancy moves going here. Maybe with like this going. I'm going to go for this for now. I think he might try and maybe attack with his bishop, but obviously then the knight would take, and then if he took back with his knight, it would also just be a free piece. Okay, so he's adding a second. Well, no, it's just a first actually. He's adding an attacker to that pawn, which is fine. I'm going to get this castle done, and then I want to get this other castle. These two castles linked up and connect the rooks, as they say. So what I might do actually is move this pawn up, maybe just to here to be a bit more passive, and then get my bishop Vienna-ish'd here, and then we'll deal with that. We'll go from there. But the main thing is just getting those two connected. So that's now lost its one of its defenders anyway. Sorry, it's still got the other one. So where can we go? Where do we want to go with some pieces here? I guess this is an okay move for now. So this is an interesting game actually. This is interesting because I feel like my original plan isn't too stupid of a plan, which is to get the Fianchetto going and then connect the rooks. I don't think he's got anything that can attack right now anyway, my knight. So, and the only real square for this knight at the minute is this one, which obviously then just gets immediately taken by his knight. So we do want to deal with that potentially down the line. But for now, let's just stick to what my plan was and go for that. And see what this individual does. But yeah, as I said, life's been good. I've been busy working as always, which is just as fun as it sounds. I'm due to go camping this weekend, but it's just so freezing cold, the weather. It sounds awful, but I'm just not sure I fancy the freezing to death. So I'm having to think about that one. This is an interesting one because let's see. What do we want to go for here? I guess I could go for... I've got this into this. Interesting. This is the downside of... I mean, I could just... If I wanted to play it simple, I guess I could just go for here, and then if he takes, I can take back with the rook. And then we can try and maybe get some sort of an attack going with the rooks here. I'm not too sure. This is a bit more. Let me think. I think this is pretty safe and pretty standard. Yeah, I'll do this for now. I'll keep it safe, keep it simple, as they say, and then we'll take it from there. This king's pretty safe, to be honest. I feel pretty confident with the king being safe, although obviously we do have this can come in at any time. If he gets his... yeah, we are going to go for that. Is he going to take back? He possibly will. Yeah, we've also obviously got potentially, if he can get his bishop into this position, which is obviously unlikely at the minute, but if he could swing it around here and get his bishop protected, that's obviously a risk I've got to be thinking about. Okay, so this isn't actually hanging in particular because This isn't hanging because this knight is, obviously, but this isn't because the rook is protecting this. So where do I want to move this to? Let me think. So I've got here, which gets... I mean, actually, to be fair, it is I don't mind this one because it is protected now. So, and that can actually be a bit of a problematic... Oh, no, it's not. It's not that side's not. I was about to say he could have locked me in place with his bishop here, but obviously the king isn't that side, Jack, so that would be quite silly. I'm going to go here, offer the trade of the knights, and then obviously I imagine I don't think he'll take the bishop unless he really just doesn't like that bishop in particular, which is understandable. I've also got this nice potential discovered attack, which is potentially a good one. So I don't think he's going to obviously take here, as I mentioned. But I am going to potentially move this knight to here. Let's see, what have we got here, guys? What have we got going on? So, let's have a think. Where do we want to go? So, we can go for that, which is pretty bog standard. Let me have a think. So, we can go for... I feel like that's not a bad move. Just because it's obviously got that... We've got that nice... and obviously... Oh, we've also got this... We've got this check as well if we need to get the queen out of the way, which is always nice to know. Let's see. I think this is... Yeah, this is quite simple. I'm going to go for this for now. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he won't see it. Oh, actually, that's just a free piece. Free pawn, I think, technically, actually. Because it would go takes 10... Not quite as free. He can trade, though. Which... And he does end up a pawn up, technically, if he trades there. Okay, he goes for this. Do I want to go for this check here? I definitely want to move this, ideally. I would ideally like to move this. I also don't mind having this rook in a nice position. Can this be attacked by anything? Obviously, no, not that immediately. What I'm thinking of. So I'm going to just do that for now. Keep him under the pressure, so to speak. He does go for that, although I think that is still just hanging. Am I being... Oh, no, there's the rook behind. Oh, he's... Okay, that's actually quite nice. So... It's actually quite nice. It's a nice little skewer. So it would go takes... No, that's just a silly move from me. I can try and justify it all I want, but that's actually just a silly move. I guess I can try and just see if we can get him into any trouble with the movement here, because he would now have to... Maybe I can try and squeeze, because he might go this side, and then see if we can get something going here. If he goes... No, I think we're just going to lose the piece here, so... Okay. Right, so we're going to probably go for the downside of taking... Okay, so we've got takes. Sorry, folks, I'm sort of turning this into a bit of a blunder. I can go back to here, but again, what's the advantage of that? Then he just sort of goes back to his original spot, and then nothing really changes, right? Let's see. And also if I was to go there, it would just immediately be taken by that. I think I want to go for this takes. Because then at least the rook is in a very nice advanced position here. And then obviously as well, we've got this We've got this attack as well coming, which actually, yeah, this potentially could be mate here, actually, if he's not careful. So let's see what he goes for. Let's see, go for that. Start checking pieces, probably. See what happens. It's always fun to do, right? Although also as well, actually, we've got some... I think it's not going to be quite mate, but he is... What's he going to lose? He's not going to lose both rooks. Okay, so that is going to be mate, I think, though. No, because of... Okay, he will get away, actually. He will get away with this. But... I will just... What's the purpose of checking here? So I guess we can just take, though, right? Oh, actually, no, I don't want to risk that. Let's just start checking pieces. Let's put him in an uncomfortable position, right? Okay, so this is a very, very open queen here. Can we actually take advantage of that and do something with it, though? That's the question. So we've got this knight move, which obviously then the bishop does... The bishop is then under attack. Is this... This is not mate here. Let's see what we got here. We've got a potential nice checkmate here, actually. I think. If we go... pawn up here, and then he might just attack with his rook, like thinking, oh, I can take his queen, and then the check delivered with the then the check delivered with the bishop should be checkmate. I think. Might be wrong. It can happen. Yeah, because this queen's seeing off these squares. This would be protecting the rook. Yeah, so this might be mate. No, it's not going to be mate. I'm just an idiot. Where's his safe square then? Am I being stupid? Oh, he can take with the bloody rook. Oh, goodness me. I hate chess sometimes when you think you're smart, but you're really not. Although, to be fair, if he takes, I might end up getting both his... No, I'm just going to be behind here, people. This is just really silly chess from me. If I can bully his queen away, I might be able to, do something exciting here. Let us see. Let's see what we can do, right? Let's see what we can do. Can we bully the queen into a position where we can take this rook? We want to take this rook. We want to get something for this. We want to, I want to be seen as some level of genius. So I want to be in a position where... Oh, goodness me. Come on, there must be something here. I thought I was really smart then. I must be able to get something out of this. Surely. Okay, I can back up to here. Again, I think I'm just going to do checks for now, right? This is stupid. We just got to be aware of this. This diagonal is death. So we got to be careful of that. We've already been bitten once by being stupid, so let's try and avoid doing that again. Okay, do we have any other checks? No. Okay, so we don't really want to just... I don't really want to just throw away a... Let's go check, capture... I mean, I just... there must be a way. There must be some way. There's some super genius way for me to be able to do this. Probably not, though, right? In my head, folks, I'm thinking maybe just go for the whole accept defeat, trade off the rook there. But no, hang on, don't trade off the rook there. What are you talking about, Jack? Oh, yeah, no, so trade off the rook there, and then capture here, and then I've got a passed pawn, and then just try and make it work with the queen versus the bishop. Surely I can make something work with that game, right? I don't know. I think I might just accept the defeat there, and just go for that. Yeah, I'm going to do this, guys. I'm going to simplify it. I'm not the level of chess player. I know there was probably something really obvious there. I'm really sorry to you absolute beauties at chess, but I am not one. I'm then going to go for this. Let's see where this guy ends up trying to hide to. Okay, so that's interesting. He's gone for this. I think he's just desperately trying to protect that. So I'm just going to go at this for now, and then just yeah. I'll go here because he's going to have to then move that knight. In fact, actually, I think that might just gain me no, not quite. I might be able to do some trickery though to get the knight. If he takes the pawn, I'll take the knight, and I'm still kind of laughing here, right? This is a winning position. I'm not trying to sound patronising here, by the way, when I say that. Yeah, this is going to be losing the knight because of that check, and then if he moves the knight to block, I'm going to be taking, and it's protected by the knight, so he can't take back with the king. Oh, there is a bishop. I said earlier, be careful of that bishop. Okay, all right, he didn't see that. That's thankful. I think he forgot that bishop existed, which is, it happens. So, I mean, it wouldn't have been. I think I'm not even joking when I say I think this guy has forgotten that this bishop exists. Again, it happens. I might just get. I really want to get this horrible piece off the board here, and I might just start running with this. Just keep on the dark squares, right? Okay. Yes. Yes. Me kill this now, and then just march something forward. March it forward. Yes. This is protected. You may take that if you want. Oh, that's just going to go immediately. What am I doing? Oh, for goodness sake, I'm being so silly today. Well, I mean, we can just march this forward. Actually, do you know what? Let's not be too silly. Let's move this to a safer square for now. I might utilize it later. And then let's march this pawn forward for now. Let's go for that, because this is safe as long as we stick to the. Again, when you're up against bishops, just try and stick to the bishop. Sorry, try to stick to the squares that you are. You're safe on, right? And then we should be okay. I'll probably move my. Yeah, this is. I mean, he can go for that all he wants. I'm going to go to here for now. He really ideally wants to do this move, right? Because he wants to keep an eye on that. Okay, he's not seen that. That's good. He can march his king around wherever he wants. I genuinely think he's forgotten his bishop exists. I don't know what. Again, he might be some chess genius that I don't understand. So he's going for takes. Okay, if he really wants to, I don't mind losing that there. I also don't mind losing this. Trading up his bishop. To be honest, if he had his bishop off the board, I probably could mate. It would be easier with less pieces here. I could mate him if we had just a king and queen. I'd find it much easier, but there's just a chance of stalemating if or me moving this to a stupid square. So yeah, please do that. Yep, thank you. Okay, great. Move this forward. Okay, let's do this one then. Let's just try and let's get all the pieces out of the way. Right, we want to draw a line in the sand here, really, basically. So let's go like this, and then the strategy with this is basically to go for. You want to get into the pattern will be like a. This is the issue with having more than one, more than so many pieces on the board. But you basically draw like a horse pattern, and you walk them to one end of the board. And then it's so the inverse L, so it would be this pattern here, right? And then it limits them, and then he's going to have to go down. And then until the edge of the board, you want to and then when they go down to this bottom corner, you want to march. Keep marching him, and then the last one is where they have the four spaces, basically. So it's the horse pattern, the L basically shape, and then yeah, basically he's gonna march his piece forward because right now his king can go here, So we're going to march the... Yeah, we're just going to go like that. Again, I might mess this up, guys, but yeah, I'm under the impression right now this king can basically only go to here, those 2 spaces, right? And then we march to here, and then this is the move, right? Yeah, and then we go mate. There we are. So that's that. At least I can mate somewhat with a queen and all those pieces. I'm sorry it went on as long as it did today. I'm still looking over at the screen. I'm sorry it went on as long as it did today, guys. I apologise for that. I probably should have tried to capitalise on that a lot sooner. But do you know what? Hey, we got a win. I'll take that any day of the week. It's a good victory. As I said, it's just making sure I'm not making those silly mistakes. But I'll slowly iron those out. But I'm getting used to talking to you guys still and playing. So hey, forgive me. But excuse me. I hope you enjoyed that. As I said, I will be playing some games soon. If you've got any short ideas for little short games I can play like 20-30 minutes of, let me know. I play the boring ones, like I play a little bit of FIFA in them, but honestly I don't enjoy them too much. Play Civilization, I recompleted XCOM recently, but a lot of those games are longer winded. This is the issue. So Team Fortress 2 is a good one to start with, I think, for now, and I'll get some episodes recorded. But any suggestions from you guys, let me know. Any ideas for any other series or anything else, again, let me know in the comments. And if not, you have a good rest of your week and take care, everybody.